All right, people, we're back. I hope we're feeling a little bit better. Tuesday, we were a little bit elevated, just a little bit. But you know what? Today's a new day. We got Tennessee to look forward to. We're going to talk about all that. We have the meanie with us. Go over this most recent article that he put up. But you know what? We're going to get to all that. Welcome back to the Sick Podcast Anvil Show. Sammy, bring us in.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. Anvil Show.
Intercepted! Marlon Jackson! Marlon's got it! We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! Marlon Jackson with the interception! He picked off Tom Brady!
The sickest Indianapolis Colts podcast. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah. We are back. Welcome back to the Sick Podcast Anvil Show, bringing you everything Colts. And we're going to make sure that we go ahead and just get right into it, okay? And before we do, only because they require me to go ahead and say this, make sure that you do your touchdowns, right? We get excited, we celebrate, but you know what? Whether you call it a touchdown, TD, tutty, in for six, touchdowns matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. We don't care how they score them. We just want to bet on touchdowns. And I know we want to bet on touchdowns because touchdowns for us are fantastic. And DraftKings Sportsbook is delivering. If you're ready to place your first bet, try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. You can go to DraftKings Sportsbook and make your pick. Pat, I think on Tuesday you said what we were going to do for this week.
Let's do Josh Downs anytime touchdown.
Josh Downs anytime TD.
I think on Tuesday I said Anthony, but I changed my mind. I'm going Josh Downs, especially with the Pittman Jr. news coming out this week.
Yes, and we're going to talk about that, but absolutely. Okay. All right, not a problem. So then if we're ready to do a touchdown dance of your own, new DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. You can score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Download the Sportsbook app and use code SICKSPORTS. That's SICKSPORTS, all capitals, no spaces. That's code SICKSPORTS for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball.
All right.
Now, I'll tell everybody, if you don't have a touchdown dance, you can use mine. Because it's pretty easy. The lawnmower. You're going to start that lawnmower, baby. There you go. You can use it anytime you want.
Absolutely. 100%. Wait, Meanie.
We can't hear you, Bubba. Nope. Still no. Meanie's so mean, his mic won't even respond to him.
Yeah, his mic is being stubborn right now, don't he? Yeah.
Are you muted? Because we heard you just fine earlier.
Yeah.
But anyways, while he's got some figuring out his technical difficulties, Stacy, how are you? Kevin, Daniel, Ricky, what's going on, guys? Glad y'all can make it. How are we rude, Stacy?
That's what I'm saying.
You're so mean to us. Why do you want to be a bully? There's better parts to life than being a bully.
Check over there. No, still. Well, in the meantime,
yeah, maybe leave and come back.
Yeah, see if that helps.
That helps sometimes. But we'll hold it down. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you know, I am Chris Jackson, otherwise known as CJ Colts fan. Find me on Twitter. Find me on Facebook. And with me, I have the illustrious, the illustrious Patrick, a.k.a. Big P.
You can't use words on people that can't pronounce those words.
Yes, I can, because I can pronounce them.
But I can't.
But that's fine. We know what you lack in vocabulary skills, you make up for in charisma and spirit.
That's true. I do have a lot of spirit.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyways, what's up, everybody? I'm a lot calmer tonight. I'm a lot, I'm back to my positive self. There's some good things that we should be able to see this week, so I'm gonna let it go and move forward.
There we go.
How you doing, Teresa? She says I was Ricky Johnson. I am him on YouTube. Oh, so you're one of those trans people, are you? It's fine. Don't care, and I don't judge. My Bible teaches me not to judge. But as long as we got that taken care of. You back? Nope. Hey, you know what he's doing, right? He's effing with us right now.
I have a feeling
his mic's actually working, but he's going.
Yeah, he's just doing it. We're just sitting there trying to decipher. Meanwhile, he's just over there just like,
oh, got me?
Got you now.
See, I am technologically challenged.
Hey,
I'm an old dude.
When
our
you
theory was confirmed. Theory
When
confirmed.
you call him out.
See, it's just, you get more than 3 damn channels on the television and you just totally lose me. I'm just totally old school.
But with that being said, we have Eric, aka the Blue Meanie, with us.
What's up, Eric?
See, look, he's messing with us again.
Yeah, you went mute again. Quit touching stuff. When you get it this time, hands up.
That should be it.
There you go. Don't touch anything else. Put your hands behind your back.
We must see your hands at all times.
There you go. Listen, for anybody who comes in who starts watching this stream, just know with his hands behind his head, no funny business happening. It's just for his own good at this point.
Yes, I'm untrustworthy with my hands out.
We can only see this little square, so we can't really say no funny business is going on behind there.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if you hear a loud thunk, that's me grabbing this brand new, supposedly really nice mic and throwing it against the wall.
Fair. Fair.
Hey, why everybody's in the smoking and joking mood? If you come out to the tailgate for the Miami game, you get to see the newest addition to the Anvil Cruise. Fun day.
Nice.
An actual anvil with our logo on it.
That is an epic hat. I just want to say that right now.
And yes, I've already got it trademarked, so nobody can steal it from me.
I think I'm due to smack the hell out of that anvil this coming game at home, aren't I?
Because this is not their logo because we added the horse in it. So, what do you think about that, boys?
I like that.
I like that. I like
Moving
that.
up in the world. And
I like that.
Oh, we went wrong way.
Yeah, no, you turn it that way, dude. You got the Abe Lincoln hat. There you go.
There you go.
It kind of looks like a horse when you do it that way too.
Ooh, that would be cool.
You're welcome.
Put a couple eyes right there, and
back in the day, you had the old foam horse head.
Shit! Chris just got us a new hat going now.
You're welcome.
No, I will not wear this the whole show, so don't ask.
Okay, good. Okay,
I was all in for that.
I know. I like to tease you.
But you know what?
I'm a tease.
But we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Otherwise, Pat's gonna have us running into dangerous territory with 1 minute to go with the show. So
59 minutes.
That's my job, baby.
So for anybody watching that's new, Blue Meanie is just like he's basically just like coming on with us. We'll see him generally on Thursdays. We'll generally see him every Thursday, right? So he's going to be going and writing articles for the website. Which, Pat, can you go ahead and give the people the website one more time?
No.
See, look, this is why Sammy's mad at you now.
I know Sammy stays mad at me.
I think it's www something.
Yeah, if it wasn't for me, Sammy's blood pressure would be normal. But since he's been in business with me, his blood pressure's been sky high. But I think it's just sickmedia.com.
Sickmedia.com.
Is that right, Randy? Sammy, can you put in the chat what it is? Just so I'm not misspeaking. Because I do think it is sickmedia.com.
All right, and so
I'd look, but I'd have to touch my computer. And
yeah,
I'd
well,
be
no,
scurrying
you know,
around.
you touched nothing. You touched nothing. All right, you're done.
Hey, I am touching the sweet and scope though.
That's
That
fine.
you can touch.
That's
Now,
fine.
Teresa is asking who you are, Meanie. Teresa, Eric is one of the OG members to the Blue Crew, but now he's a staff writer for the Anvil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm one of the
So-
guys. If you make it out to the Blue Crew lot, which is where the Anvil hangs out, I'm one of the OG loud guys. So come out and hang out with us. We love having the Anvil group out there with us. And CJ, you need to make it back to Indy, bro, and hang out with us.
I'm working on it. I just moved, so I'm just trying to find the time. As in the reason why that, you know, now when I'm streaming, you actually see me in natural sunlight for now. So yes, so yes, so this
I miss the angel beams coming down on you though.
Yes, I know, I do too, but also at the same time, it annoyed the hell out of me. Which, when you say angel beams and I say annoyed the hell out of me, I don't want to do that. Sorry, God, I didn't mean to do that to you. So you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and keep going. So you just recently wrote another article, and you know what? With that, so I want us to be able to just kind of touch on it. Just tell us, let us know like what the meat and potatoes of it was, and then just give us like a quick excerpt from it. Excerpt. That means like a piece of it.
Yes.
I know what it means. I just can't say it.
Okay, just making sure. I couldn't remember which one it was.
Tressa, as Patrick hit on, I am one of the old school Blue Crew guys. I'm one of the old school dudes that were in what's Lucas Oil Stadium now. Used to be Lot 4, which is where we used to tailgate. And, the old days where you could throw a football, cover your eyes, and not hit a damn car because there weren't any fans. And Randy Collins walked around and, walked up drunk and said, "Hey, you want to start a fan club?" Okay. So that was the origins of the Blue Crew a million years ago. But I've been around families
walking around drunk creates a lot of opportunities. I'm just saying.
No, my family's had season tickets since '84. When I graduated, my old man said, "You have money, buy your own." So I've been buying my own season tickets since '91. I've not missed games. As you see, I'm even sporting the 41 tonight. Yep. So I got to support my boys. Got to be hopeful that we're going to be able to actually do something this week. And leading into that, what I wrote about, and that's why I wished I'd been on Tuesday because I could have poured gas on the fire. Basically, my pieces were all about Gus Bradley. I try to be a nice guy, but basically, Gus was just providing birthday present after birthday present to Trevor Lawrence on last Sunday. It's nice that we can go down to Jackson, Kentucky, and then just walk into that buzzsaw. But quick little excerpt out of that is we went into the 0-4 Jaguars, and they popped us for 37 points in front of their home crowd. Way to sell some tickets there, Gus. Before the game, they'd only scored 13 points at home this season. You're welcome, Trevor. Our defense is a league worst at allowing over 419 yards per game. When is enough enough? Eberflus had injuries, but holy crap on a stick, Batman. Well, you can see where my head's at.
You're stuck in that OnlyFans mode.
I am. I'm going back to OnlyFans. I don't usually call for people to lose their jobs, but when you suck this bad at your position, I mean, when Oric, Hoover, Shark, Bissell, Dyson are all fighting for the rights to put your face on their high-quality sucking devices, that really says something. I mean, we went from having Frank's face on a milk carton. Now we got Gus's face on the side of a vacuum cleaner box. I can see the advertising now. Buy me, people, because you know I suck.
Now, if I've got the actual website now, and I was wrong. If you want to read his articles, you can go to thesickpodcast.com and find all of Meanie's articles. I think what do you call your segment there? The forged
truth from the Meanie.
The forged truth.
Yes.
There you go.
And you may not like what I have to say, but I'm going to give it to you straight.
Yeah. And
And you're going to get one hell of a laugh out of his writing.
That's the plan,
Yes.
man. If I make one other person laugh, or in this case, you two guys are great because you kind of just fall in there. But besides us, if I can get one other person to laugh, it's like, hell, I succeeded.
Exactly.
I still laugh at somebody farting, so it's not hard to make me laugh.
It's really not. It's
Yeah,
really not.
I do
not.
that, and my wife looks at me and goes, "What's wrong with you?" Sorry, it's
course.
still funny.
She'll
Your
never
wife and
understand.
my wife would get along just fine. I'll tell you that right now. She thinks I'm the grossest human being that's ever walked this earth.
Like, well,
Yeah, and
they always believe that.
Hey, there it goes. There it is. There's the website.
there it is.
Thank you, Sammy.
So then,
You guys probably want to move on to a different subject than Gus, because I mean we've pretty much beaten that horse. But
No, there's a lot more beating that needs to be done.
I pray this is his last game.
But you know what? We really need to, because the thing is, it's just like there's been a lot of really just talking about Gus Bradley and the defense or lack thereof. And what's gotten even worse is the fact that he made comments today with James Boyd during the media session. And the question was to him, in a nutshell, was, do you think that the defense currently is where it should be, or do you feel like it needs to be better, and why? And then he said,
"Are you the right guy to do it?"
Yeah, are you the right guy to do it? And what he did was he immediately just fleeted accountability, and he said it starts with the players. And that, because me personally, when I saw that, I'm just like, no, no, we're not gonna do this.
Well, CJ,
yes,
like
we
you
did.
guys talked about on Tuesday, Pat had pointed out, we've got top 5 talent on this defense. That's one thing. I might not be popular by saying this, but Chris Ballard has put together a hell of a roster. I mean, we're deep in so many positions, taking the hits on the injuries. But holy cow, man, when you're sitting 4 back the whole time and the LBs are sitting back in Green Acres, and you're giving somebody like Trevor Lawrence the opportunity for all that real estate. And the property manager for Jackson, Kentucky said that his jersey was untouched, so they're going to use it again for next week. That needs to be posted in the locker room for the Colts.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, and that was the biggest point of contention for the entire week, because you can't sit there and tell me that it was sunshine and rainbows on Sunday when we clearly saw that it was rain. And then now you're saying that, and this was his exact quote. He said, "I think it starts with our players. We believe in our players, and we know that we can get it done, and we can keep those points down. That's our whole objective." After James Boyd asked him, should you be the guy, or can you be the guy to fix this struggling defense?
And he never made mention of that. If he was the right guy and what his plans was to turn it around. He just 100% threw it on the players.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm telling you, these players are going to revolt when they hear that shit.
Well, absolutely. But
and they should.
But once again, if you have a guy that's in there, that's in that locker room that you can go to, that's going to be like, hey, what the hell was that about? That's fine, but the thing is, who do we believe is going to be that guy that's going to really just go and speak up, and who's going to be the one that revolts?
I'm telling you right now,
Zaire
Franklin. He is our captain. He's our leader, and I guarantee you, he does not like to lose. It's gonna be Z. You watch.
I hope it is.
DraftKings ought to put a marker out on that.
Put a line on that one, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just going back to the press conferences, Shane Steichen said that he has complete confidence in Gus Bradley. I know when somebody gets a big hit, the NFL has them drug tested that Monday or Tuesday. So is Shane going to go to his locker and see one of those red pieces of tape and the FedEx thing that says you need to be drug tested? Because good God, dude.
They don't drug test management, do they?
Oh, God, they need to.
They don't. They definitely don't.
They need to drug test him.
But but
Man,
it
Gus.
but that's the reason why that's the reason why I don't like I like Shane Steichen and I'm cool. But the thing is, I'm just like, we want to see changes. And the thing is, ultimately, if we want to see changes, if Shane ain't gonna do it, I need Chris to step the hell up.
Yep.
I need Chris to step the hell up because you're not going to convince me that this team can't go and make that turnaround. Like, the worst that this team can be on defense is what we've seen the last 5 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So
It's almost like no effort.
yeah.
Well, the bad part, and Adam J mentioned this in the chat on Tuesday, that this defense has hit its ceiling under Gus Bradley.
And that's the ceiling in the basement, isn't it, Big P?
It's lower than that.
It's
My
the ceiling,
granddaughter is still can walk underneath that
it's
ceiling.
the ceiling that Alice in Wonderland had to walk through when she took the shrinking potion and still had to crawl on the ground. That's the ceiling. Like the ceiling is so low,
Make
it's below
you
hell
small.
right now.
Yes.
But we, like I said, it's just like this boils down to you bring in Shane because and mind you, it sucks so bad because of the fact that it seems like the offense every week is getting a little bit better, but defensively we've plateaued. That's just what it is. And I mean,
Under
and the thing
Gus,
is,
I don't think our players have plateaued. I
No,
think,
but
I think our coaching on that side of the ball has plateaued. Not
well, I
our
think
players.
I think it's partial. But it's like we talked about last week. I think it's 90% Gus, and I think it's also 10% players.
Yeah, when you're getting that kind of information from the top, you're demoralized, and especially with the outcome that these guys are seeing with the schemes that Gus has got. CJ is 100% on that one. That the players do have a little bit of accountability, but most of it does fall on Gus.
Yeah,
I agree, 100%.
And you know what? I'm going to say something that's a little controversial, but you know what? I don't care.
Hey, I'm trying to lose weight, man. Be nice.
We're going. Listen, as long as you don't touch anything, we should be all right. So you know what? If I think we have to kind of break that 100% into three, because I want to say it's just like I do believe that this is probably like I want to say a 70-10-20. It's 70 Gus, 10 players, 20 Ballard.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because the thing is, because for everything that we've talked about in terms of construction and everything, like, yes, he can draft some guys that will come in and that can do really good things. But the problem that we continue to see, and it's probably a little bit more prevalent now, is the fact that Chris Ballard is notorious for doing what in the draft?
Falling back.
Trading back.
But now we see year by year, and this is over probably the last 4 years, he's trading back into later rounds, and we're not keeping the guys in the later rounds that we draft.
Yeah.
Nope.
Like we can, and so but the thing is, but when you look at it in totality, he's not keeping guys that we draft. So if he ends up with 9 picks in that draft, you can almost think that you're going to get almost half, if not more than half, of those picks aren't going to be there. So maybe like 4, maybe 5 are going to be gone. So that means from that draft, you have 4 players. But the problem is, if you're just re-signing your guys, you have 4 guys coming out the draft and you refuse to use anything in free agency, then the thing is, we're not having that good mix of all of it. And that's the reason why I can say that for what we can consider hits, we can also consider misses, because you miss opportunities to make sure that you're providing solidified depth to make sure that if people go down, you're basically not just digging through other people's practice squads only.
Right. But and I'll defend Ballard on this one, Chris. The larger talent pool that you have, the more gems you're going to find. So should he trade back every single year? No, I'm not saying that, because we got to get that top 20 talent out of the draft.
Mm-hmm.
We have to. But having, 8, 9 new draftees that you get to actually put on your field put under your lights on your tape to actually evaluate the talent is very critical. You know, Ryan Leaf was drafted number 2 right behind Peyton Manning. The only reason he didn't get cut that first year was because he was a number 2 pick. So staying in the top 10, 20, first round, second round, it has its goods, but it also has its bad. But having a large pool of talent to pick from is always a good thing.
No, absolutely. And and like I said, I'm not contesting when you have that large pool of talent, but like where I'm coming from is the fact that you're frequently going into pools to make sure that things are a certain way. Like the one thing, and mind you, I'm somebody who I've always, loved the cornerback position. Like grew up watching Deion Sanders, like loved prime time. It was always fantastic to go and see him. Cornerback is one thing that for some reason we haven't really addressed to a certain extent. And mind you, we started off the season with 5 cornerbacks total. One was cut within 24 hours of making a 53-man roster, and Dallas Flowers was just cut 3 days ago. And mind you, and we're having to go and then once again rely on guys that we're kind of getting from practice squads, which I get it. Like, yes, they have the experience, but that's when we have to go and make sure that we're looking at, okay, well, what can we possibly do in regards to making sure that you're bringing in a little bit more of a veteran presence? And I mean, and like I said, it's just those opportunities to kind of address those things that just don't get addressed. And that's why I say 20. Because like I said, he has been able to hit on some people in the draft, but also we've seen more recently, he's continuing to trade back and getting rid of guys that he's trading back for.
And he doesn't spend any money in free agency. I mean, even when the vets come up, granted, a lot of them are overpriced. Jeremy hit on that we have the highest cap. Actually, Jeremy, I think we got about 28.5 million left in the cap. So if we needed to go after somebody, we could go after somebody. But I mean, Kenny Moore is the star of the DBs. Since Vontae Davis, he's been the guy that's got it done. We get Kenny back, and I think that will fix a lot of ills because at least we're going to have one shut down corner. And it'll definitely help out the defense, and especially if they're still playing that damn scheme where the linebackers are so far back.
Cover 3.
Yeah.
But like I said, and that's the reason why
I call that cover back 40.
Cover nobody.
Yeah.
Because them dudes are back 40 yards off that damn ball, driving me nuts.
That's that cover the nosebleeds. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Like these guys are so far back, they can see the outside of the stadium parking lot. I mean,
shit. I had Womack in my seat the other day, eating my damn popcorn. He was so far back.
but like I said, and that's just what because we don't got to talk about Gus Bradley anymore because I mean we just know he's terrible. But you know what? We're going
to be talking about him on Tuesday, so let me recharge.
Hopefully departing
from Sunday's
hopefully
game.
Departing. Yeah, because I was about to say it's just like you. Yeah,
That's
but let's
good opportunity this weekend.
But now going up against Tennessee. And if there was ever a game where you see there's an opportunity to potentially do something defensively, it's probably against Tennessee. Now, we can be honest. Will Levis isn't that good. The Tennessee O-line isn't that good either. Now, what is the thought process going into this game, knowing the obvious things in regards to being optimistic about this game just being a game that's just like 100% absolutely winnable game? What makes us believe that it's just like there's going to be a pivot or there's going to be like that aha moment here?
I hate to, and this is thrown around so much, CJ. I hate to use the term, but this is a must-win game. We're already down 2 in the AFC South.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to do what they should have done against the damn Jaguars. We should have put pressure on that kid all damn day. Yeah. And that's what they need to do to Levis, because Levis doesn't have steady footing. And if you're bringing the heat, and we got Quiddy back this week, yay! If we're bringing the heat, that kid's going to be off all day, and let's make it a nightmare for this dude. We need to go down to the Flaming Thumbtacks and just give them an ass thumping.
Yeah.
Now you're going to be down there, right?
I am going to be down there, and hopefully I can post up some video snippets. We're doing our annual Blue Crew bus trip. What do you do when you get a few hundred drunk people and load them in buses and drive to Nash Vegas? Always a good time. Always. So I will hopefully, I've drafted my daughters. They're supposed to do some video snippets, and they should be up on our website. And I will keep you abreast of what's going on, the trip and the tailgate, and a lot from the stadium. I cannot confirm yet, but I might have field passes. So if I have field passes, I'll be down on the field and try and get some interviews for you guys.
Nice.
Good.
Nice.
It's not just for us, it's for all of us.
Oh, hell, it's me, bud. Get down on the field. Mingle with those people. I'm all in, man. So, no, if I can swing that, I still haven't had a response yet, but if I can get down there. Either way, I'll send in some good stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And so what is going to be the key to really just being able to, I'm going to say, get like, really, I'm just like on both sides of the ball. Because it's been confirmed. AR was, I believe he was full participant today.
He was full today.
So AR was full participant. Trey Sermon was full participant. JT still has yet to practice.
Yeah.
I thought he had light practice.
He went through non-contact stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Well,
but it's a good step, and he said he feels a lot better than he did. So
okay. Yeah.
For me, Chris, be aggressive on both sides of the ball. They're not as talented as some of the other teams. The aggression has got the fan base screaming to fire you.
Yeah.
So just fucking be aggressive. Go after that son of a bitch and knock the mayo out of him.
All day long.
All day long.
Yeah.
And on defense, they got a pretty good defensive line. They got pretty decent linebackers. I can't say the one guy's name, but he's pretty damn good. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the guy in the Titans jersey,
Yeah, that guy. But our O-line should be able to give Anthony time to throw it downfield to Alec all day long.
Yeah.
What you just hit on there, man. What I would love to see is like the opening of that, I think it was the 0-3 playoff game against Denver. The play action, and Peyton just launched the damn ball to Marvin. Yeah. I would love to see that opening this weekend. Alec Pierce. I mean, the kid's got a hell of a set of wheels.
Yeah.
Just, you would set a serious tone first damn play out of the gate. They think we're running, and he launches the ball to Alec, and there's 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take that gamble. I mean, shit, we lost to the 0-4 Jaguars. What's it going to hurt? We'll lose 1 down.
Yeah. I think that ends. I think you have to try to be as daring as possible when it comes to anything with this offense, because of the fact that you have so many different dimensions to it. You have the ability to go and just, I'm going to say, it's just like you can spread the field any way that you choose to. It's really just at that point about execution. Like AR is really going to go out there and he's going to be able to, if he pulls it together, he's going to be able to, I'm going to say, just assert his will in ways that we have never seen before, but are going to make it so that you're pretty much just going to have to respect it.
He's multidimensional, man. And again, I keep throwing back to the Peyton days. You need to pick your poison. If you got AR out there, there are so many options we can do. And they're going to have to pick one. And hopefully with maturity, AR can pick that out and go, all right, you gave me that option. Eat this.
Exactly. And I mean, like I said, and that's not something that we're just hoping for. I think that's something that he can absolutely do. He just has to I'm going to say he just has to just step up and, just take those shots. I don't think that there's going to be, but it's not to take anything away because I do believe that the Titans have a good defense. Like the Titans absolutely have a good defense. So I'm never, ever, ever going to take anything away from that. But offensively, I don't think there's any hype, but if there was hype, I wouldn't be buying it.
Yeah, if it was a shootout, I would definitely bet on the Colts.
Yeah, but and even crazier than that, I think there's a certain sect of Titans fans that are saying it's just like I wish Mason Rudolph was playing because if Levis is playing, we have a higher chance to lose. So, I mean,
yeah, I think the Titans fans are over this Will Levis experience.
Well, yeah, and I mean I understand why, because I mean this guy was supposed to be pro ready coming into the system. They said that they have Callahan, so Callahan was supposed to come in and make a difference as well. But I mean, I think he's had more than one pick six in a game in those losses that they had, and the one win that they do have was when Mason Rudolph came in. So they're
correct. Sorry, I didn't think about that. You're right.
Yeah, they're looking at it like this guy is a turd burglar. He is just out here just doing God knows what. He's shuffle passing pick sixes. It's just like I've never seen somebody shovel pass a pick six until I saw Will Levis. And not only that, but it's just like it's the age too, because I mean he's the oldest QB in the division. He's 3 months
right.
He's 3 months older than Trevor Lawrence. So, I mean, the thing is, it's just like we're talking about development. You're talking about how things look, but then we also have to talk about the fact that it's just like how much better is this going to get, knowing that he's been here before.
But Trevor Lawrence had a birthday on Sunday.
Yes, and Will Levis is still older than him.
Yeah, CBS was kind enough to let us know several thousand times that it was Trevor Lawrence's birthday.
Yeah, they took a lot of shots on our behalf. But you know what? We also have to do some things right now, because as usual, we have to pay some bills.
Gotta pay him.
So Sam, bring up homage.
So hopefully this Monday, I get to wear my nice pullover Victory Monday sweatshirt provided by Homage. It is the most comfortable sweatshirt, I swear to you guys, on my mother's ashes that I have ever owned. But Homage specializes in ultra comfy, high quality looking repping sports, pop culture, and more legendary moments. Learn more about Homage with the link in the description. Just go get it, you guys. You will love it. You will not be sorry.
So, P Money, I'm going to ask the question that all of America is wanting to know now. How many asses does your mom have?
Ashes.
Oh, ashes.
See, Chris was with me.
I looked at him for confirmation to be like, did you hear that? Because I heard that. I just want to make sure you did. And he looked at me like I was just seeing if you heard that. I was like, okay. Ashes.
What kind of question is that to ask about my dead mother?
Well, it sounded like you said
talk
asses.
About being mean.
Hey, listen, we know that sometimes you struggle with words and stuff. We had to
I do struggle with words.
I'll tell you what, P Money,
that's fair.
I'll bring my mom's ashes to the next tailgate, and you and I can clink and do a social.
That works. For a month.
I don't know how we got here, but we need to go away from that. You know what, Sammy? Bring up
We're
sick
leaving
picks.
depth. Let's go.
Bring up sick picks. We're going to bring up some sick picks right now.
It's time for Sick Picks. Brought to you by DraftKings. The crown is yours.
And so with that being said, I know, Pat, you said that Josh Downs Josh Downs was your anytime scorer, right?
Yes.
Well, we're gonna spice it up. Since we got Meanie on the show, Meanie, what is your sick pick for this week? Could be anytime touchdown, could be one player to get X amount of yards. What do you got?
I'm going to take an off one here. I'm going to take JT over 100 yards.
So JT's active over 100.
JT is active. JT's going to go for over 100.
Okay, all
Very
right.
nice. Who's
Okay. All right. So you heard it here first. Book it. We're going to have Josh Downs anytime TD score. If JT is playing, then that is going to be over 100 yards on the ground.
He's going to have something to prove. And that D-line, their secondary is pretty decent down in the Flaming Thumbtack land or Nash Vegas. But I think JT can embarrass any D-line. And he's going to, if he's back, I honestly think he's going to take it to him.
There you go. Jeremy says
Jeremy's
over 100. There you go.
Patrick,
Chris, who's yours?
What's mine?
Yeah, who's your pick? Sick pick. Or what is your sick pick? Not necessarily a who, but a what.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with. I think I'll take. I think it. Well, if you have the opportunity to, I would go Nick Cross 7+ tackles or over 7 tackles for this game, if you can do that.
I like that.
I think Nick Cross over 7 tackles for this game. So,
and after all the crap that everybody gave him in the offseason, and that kid is just balling out.
you know what?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know what?
Love
It's. I know it's just like a lot of the hell that he caught was because of the Josh Downs injury. But you know what? It's just like he's probably the one person that I've been waiting since we drafted him to just come out and just like get a shot. Because it seems like they didn't want to give him a shot. It's just like it was between him and Rodney Thomas. But the thing is, like, Nick Cross was like the experience we knew he didn't have versus Rodney Thomas being the guy who shouldn't have been out there full time to begin with. So, I mean, honestly, like seeing where it is right now, seeing that it's just like, okay, it's just like got to give him time to. But he's another one of those guys where we've talked about like Jalen Jones and put Juju out there. And we always talk about putting these guys out there and let them develop and let them get the experience. But he was the one guy that they're just like, oh, he's still developing. Like, no, put him out there. Like, that he's somebody who can tackle, that he can go back there and play coverage. And I mean, honestly, he's got picks this year. He's got some pass breakups that ended up being picks, like the one that he got in the Chicago game. I mean, we've seen exactly like what it is that he's doing. And honestly, it's just like he saved us from a lot of would-be touchdowns because of the fact that, guys that made it to the like second, third level, he's basically stopping them when they get past those guys who were supposed to be the short tacklers. So, if we're being honest, he's probably the most consistent player that we've had on this defense all year. And that's saying something.
So, Chris, you're saying if the linebackers played in a normal position, that they would make those tackles and not Nick? Sorry.
No.
I'm just messing with you, dude.
No. Well, you know what? I'm glad you bring that up.
They should.
Because
you're right.
They should.
Because let's be honest. EJ had 6 missed tackles this past week. We had in those first 2 weeks, we saw like it. Well, matter of fact, versus Green Bay, Zaire had a clean lane to get to Josh Jacobs, and he missed completely. And the thing is, he wasn't even playing from a gap integrity perspective. He bit. So, if we're talking about like how they're able to go, and mind you, this was on normal coverage. So now, when you're playing when you're playing this hybrid ass defense, it's like you're not able to
take out hybrid and you
just say ass.
Describe,
no.
You describe Gus's defense.
The only reason why I say hybrid ass is because of the fact that we're dealing with multiple different types of ass at one time, some of which we've never seen before. So, if we're talking about like how ass the defense is, we can talk about it being a hybrid because it's just like, man, We just found more ways to suck on defense. That's a new type of asset I've never seen before. That's why it's hybrid. So I mean, if we're being completely honest, it's just bad. Like it's just bad, but also we have to be as honest as possible. There's guys who have showed up when we've needed them most, where we can do everything that we can, and then we can make sure that everything is done accordingly. But the thing is, with this defense the way that it is, it stinks because this week if they win, that takes the heat off of Gus. But the thing is, let's just say if the defense looks the same and it just ends up being like a pick six from Will Levis that wins us this game, we're never going to hear the end of the fact that, oh, Gus's defense isn't that bad. But if we end up losing and this ends up being an 0-3 in the division and we end up at 2-4, if he doesn't get his walking papers by Monday, people are going to show up to Lucas Oil like Frankenstein is in there with pitchforks and torches. So, I mean, let's just hope to God that this ends up being a win, but this also potentially ends up being, Gus's walking papers, because I don't see how Gus Bradley still sticking with this defense, knowing that he's not going to change anything, is going to do us any good.
So, Chris, in your personal opinion, are we going to get past Assapalooza this weekend?
Assapalooza? This is Asachella. This is ass stock. I mean, it's just like this is the
stock. I'm writing that down.
Yes, this is Asachella. Like whatever major concert you could think of, that's what this is. So I mean, if we're being 100% real, if we're being 100% honest about what this team is able to do this week, we have to say that we need this defense, and we don't need it to be bend but don't break. We need to force turnovers. We need to get to Will Levis more often than not, because honestly, like I said, the Jags offensive line was one of the worst in the league. The Titans defense makes the Jags O-line, the Titans O-line makes the Jags O-line look like a fortified brick wall. Because they have two guys maybe that you can rely on, and then everybody else is a turnstile, a wet paper towel roll, if you may. So I mean, we have to be absolutely just like not attacking this O-line, knowing how bad it is. If I'm watching this game, I'm calling whatever business is close to Tennessee, and I'm telling them, listen, I will pay you to make sure that like somebody goes up to Gus Bradley and says, you need to walk home. Like you need to walk back to Indy. Stacy, I appreciate you. I don't want to say that I'm being mean right now, but I also need to say that I don't want to be one of those armchair guys, whatever, but I could come up with a better defensive scheme than what Gus Bradley has right now.
Chris, as you say about walking home, Ballard has done that to coaches before. He has said, you're not going home with the team. You need to find your own way home. So
let's
hopefully he'll do that with his pink slip.
Well, let's continue that this weekend and get rid of Gus. Win or lose, because even if it's a win, I still want him gone.
Jeremy chimed in and asked about Josh Downs when we were talking about receivers. Josh Downs has got the toe thing going on, but from everything I'm hearing, he's going to be good to go and he's going to start.
Same. Hey, but I got to remind you guys before Sammy comes on here and kicks everybody's tail, we are out of time.
Holy crap, we are out of time, aren't we?
Yeah, we didn't even get to questions. Sorry, guys.
Uh-oh.
Not all of them, anyways.
Yes. So we can make sure that we go ahead. And like I said, if you do have any more questions, I do believe, is there a space to comment on the sickpodcast.com website under the article?
Yeah, I believe there is.
Okay. So if you have any further questions, make sure that you go to sickpodcast.com. Make sure that you look up Eric's article. So this way you can comment whatever questions you have on there as well. Or you can make sure that you hit up the podcast on Twitter. that is going to be, just to make sure that you guys know, or you can put your questions on the comments underneath the video. You make sure that you go to Sick Pod Colts on Twitter, put your comments, questions, anything you have from there. Make sure that you're following that page, following on YouTube, following everywhere. So yeah,
I
so
think
make
we
sure that
kept
you're
Big
keeping up to
P
date.
up too late.
You said what?
I think we kept Big P up too late.
Oh man, I get up like at
Sorry.
5 o'clock every month,
Yeah, me
every
too.
day.
Sorry, Chris. I didn't mean to interrupt you. But
All good, all good. But
P
yes,
did that.
It drives Clyde nuts when I start yawning.
well, of course. And like I said, and I know Clyde will be back soon, so you're definitely going to start hearing it again.
Hey, Adam J hit up here. He said late to the party, getting ready for his Nashville trip, and he's packing all his Anvil gear. Hey, Adam, if you're in Nash Vegas on Saturday, probably starting about 6 o'clock is when all the Colts fans are going to hit the Lucky Bastard Saloon. So feel free to come out there and hang out. And all Blue Crew fans will be welcome because we're taking over. I think it's the 3rd floor of that place.
All right. And by the way, quick scores. What do you got?
Mine's 37-10 Colts.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Hey, 31-20. 31-20 Colts.
24-17 Colts.
All right. And with that being said, people, we will see you next week. Hopefully after this Colts win. Make sure that you're following us everywhere. Go to sickpodcast.com for Eric's article. And we will see you next week. Sammy, take us out.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast and Bill Show on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.